In this world, there exists huge hidden dungeons with fantastical monsters and bosses. Noir is the son of a baronet who originally had a job as a noble librarian, but when his position is usurped by another noble, his younger sister Alice suggests Noir join the Hero Academy to be a monster hunter. Later, his childhood friend Emma congratulates him on his librarian job, but he tells her that he actually lost it. She also believes that he can be successful at the Hero Academy, since Noir possesses a rare magical skill called the Great Sage, which lets him gain knowledge at the cost of terrible headaches. An embarrassed Emma jokes that they should kiss because a former user of the Great Sage skill healed his headaches by kissing, and later Noir kisses her and heals his headaches. He uses his Great Sage ability to ask how to gain power, and his ability tells him he will find great power in a hidden dungeon nearby. Noir travels to the hidden dungeon, and using his ability is able to say the correct password to open the door. And inside the dungeon he finds an imprisoned hero named Olivia. Olivia had defeated the dungeon but has been stuck for 200 years and was worried she would be trapped forever. Olivia gives Noir the skills she gained during life, including the ability to create powerful attacks. However, the skills are run on life points that he needs to get by doing things that make him happy. Noir then practices his new skills in the dungeon, and he spends time with his sister and Emma to get life points. The day of the exam, the students need to hunt monsters and bring proof of their skill. Noir is able to team with Emma and Lenore, but Lenore looks down on Noir because he is a low-ranked noble. Noir later returns to the dungeon to practice, and uses Olivia's skills to defeat a dead Reaper, and he uses the skull of the Reaper to allow his team to win first place in the Academy exam. Noir's family is happy that Noir has successfully entered the Hero Academy, but they are shocked when the fee to join is 300,000 gold. Since his family does not have that much money, Noir decides to earn it himself by slaying monsters. Olivia suggests he join the Odin Adventurers Guild to keep a low profile, and he meets the guild receptionist Lola. Lola explains the adventurer responsibilities and the guild ranking system, but she becomes angered when Noir lists his skills because they are too closely related to Olivia's old skills. Lola challenges Noir to prove his skills, and Lola is forced to apologize. His first guild task is to collect rare rainbow grasshoppers, and Noir is able to use his Great Sage skill to locate the grasshoppers and earn himself 250,000 gold. Emma arrives to help Noir, and she gets into a rivalry with Lola, and while they are hunting down a giant monster rabbit, Emma warns Noir to be careful of Lola. Emma wants to defeat the monster alone, but even though she is strong, Noir has to save her. Noir then helps Emma improve her skills, and an empowered Emma is able to defeat the big rabbit. Noir and Emma share the defeated rabbit with the rest of Odin, and the guild throws a huge barbecue. Noir becomes surprised when the adventurers and Odin celebrate his victory and entrance into the Hero Academy. Noir and Emma start their first day in Hero Academy, but Noir realizes that their classmate Maria, a daughter of a duke, has a terrible curse that will kill her on her 16th birthday. Noir also finds out that the Academy requires them to wear badges showing their status as nobility, and everyone in school will know that Noir is the lowest form of noble. The other students avoid Noir, but the kind Maria treats him as an equal even though she is from a powerful family. Noir wonders how he should approach Maria about her curse. The class then go to combat training led by the adventurer Elna, and Noir sees that Elna is insanely strong. Elna singles out Noir for combat training, and she easily defeats him. Elna challenges the class to dodge one of her attacks, and she will give the winning student a prize, but she is shocked when Noir wins the challenge, and since he won she sits on him. Elna tells the students to pair up for a duel, and after Maria gives a speech to the other students not to mistreat lower-ranking nobles, she pairs up with Noir. Noir becomes determined to cure Maria's curse, but when he tries during exercises, Maria passes out and has to be taken away by her attendant Amain. Noir goes to the guild for advice, and Lola tells him about a cleric who might be powerful enough to remove the curse, but Luna usually refuses to deal with curses. Lola goes to meet Luna the cleric, who also happens to be her best friend. Luna lives in a temple and heals anyone who comes, but when Lola sees her she thinks her friend is overworking herself. Meanwhile, Noir goes to meet Olivia again, who scolds him for not visiting her sooner. She tells him that he can probably heal Maria himself, but it would take too many life points, and she teaches him new skills. He and Emma later meet Lola and Luna in town, but Luna reveals that she had seen Maria's curse before, but that the curse is beyond her abilities. Noir also sees with his skills the reason that Luna does not cure curses often is because she reduces her own lifespan when she removes curses from others. Noir confronts Luna, and he is worried that by removing Maria's curse she will eliminate her remaining lifespan. Luna tells him this is what happened to her mother, but that Luna is dedicated to healing and using her powers for others. An accident in town happens, and Noir watches as Luna rushes in to help, but after she heals the child, Noir sees that Luna has the coward trait. Luna reveals the truth to Lola, that removing curses lowers her lifespan, and the two friends reconcile. Noir is able to find a solution to their issues by using his editing skill to change Luna's ability so that lifting curses will cost money instead of her lifespan. So that Noir can gain the life points necessary for changing Luna's ability, they take him to a secret gathering where guys compete over how attractive their girlfriends are. The judges at the gathering are harsh towards all the other contestants. Though when the girls compete, the judges rate them highly. They earn further points by acting out romantic scenes, and Noir gets enough life points to be able to change Luna's ability. They rush to Maria's mansion, as Maria has reached a critical point in her curse. Maria is already near death's door, due to the curse which was casted by an evil sorcerer on her ancestor. Noir and Luna are able to see Maria and her family, and they explain to Maria's parents the limitations of Luna's abilities, but that they can finally lift the curse now. Maria thanks Noir for helping to lift her curse, and she kisses him. Finally, Luna uses her curse lift ability to cure Maria, and Maria promises to repay her debt to Noir. Meanwhile, the other girls are worried about a potential rival. Noir later meets Olivia and explains what happens, and when she asks him to kiss her as well, Noir kisses her forehead. As a reward for curing his daughter, Maria's father gives everyone a lot of gold. Noir discusses the gold with his family, and Noir suggests they open a shop selling rare monster drops. His family can sell the monster materials, and Noir can go into the dungeon to collect them. He heads to the dungeon, where Olivia gives him more useful skills because he has grown stronger. Noir travels deeper into the dungeon and makes it to the 5th level, but runs into a black lion that is too strong for him to analyze. Noir prepares to flee until the lion talks to him. The lion, who is called Tigerson, explains that he needs Noir's help to look for his friend on the 6th floor. 350 years ago, Tigerson's friend Vachel, an elven adventurer, decided to travel to the 6th level of the dungeon alone, and Tigerson promised to stay on the 5th floor. But Tigerson is afraid that Vachel has run into trouble, so he asks Noir to investigate the 6th floor and look for his friend. On the 6th floor, Noir runs into several zombies, and after defeating them finds a zombified Vachel. Using his skills from Olivia, Noir is able to turn Vachel back into a living elf. Vachel is thankful to Noir and Tigerson, who has served as his friend for many years. They return to the 5th floor where the two friends reunite, and Vachel wants to leave the dungeon to see his beloved. They have to part ways because Tigerson cannot go to the Elven Kingdom, and the two friends exchange a tearful goodbye. Later, after finding Tigerson crying in the dungeon, Noir offers to be Tigerson's friend, and the two leave the dungeon to meet Noir's family, who adopt Tigerson, who starts working at the family shop. The Hero Academy starts its first exam, where the students need to hunt monsters and bring back special drops, or they will have to take makeup classes in the summer. Noir and Emma decide to team up for the exam, but when they go to see Lola at the Odin Guild, they see her fighting with another receptionist named Sarah. Sarah has been taking a lot of adventurer clients from Lola, which has reduced Lola's rating and her compensation. Lola challenges Sarah that if she can beat Sarah's evaluation score, she will not take any of Lola's clients. But if Lola loses, Noir will be a new client for Sarah. Noir has no intention of being a client of Sarah, so he teams up with Luna and Emma to take as many adventurer jobs as possible to help Lola's score improve in the guild. They even track down a dragon using Noir's Great Sage ability, and after a long fight luring the dragon away from its lair, the three are able to defeat the large dragon. Although the dragon scores them a lot of points, Sarah has been overworking her adventurers, and she still has more points than Lola. Noir goes to Olivia for help, and she tells Noir to head to the 7th floor of the dungeon to find powerful monsters there. She also gives Noir the ability to fuse magic spells together. Noir quickly defeats the 6th floor zombies and heads to the 7th floor. On the 7th floor, he meets a girl named Droy. Dory is a dryad, a tree spirit tied to a magic tree. She has taken the form of an elven girl to ask Noir for help in defending her tree, because monsters have been attacking it, which is slowly killing her. In exchange, she will show him the treasures that are on the 7th floor and the way to the 8th floor. The monster near her tree is a powerful golden bee that can kill its enemies in one hit. But Noir discovers that he is way too weak to fight the golden bee directly. He wants to leave but sees that Dory's tree has already taken too much damage. He goes to Olivia for help and explains the situation, and the two of them come up with a plan to deal with the golden bee. Noir tracks down the beehive and lures several powerful silver wolves over to the golden bee. Noir then gets the wolves to fight the bee, which weakens both sides. Although the bee is able to win eventually, it becomes weak enough that Noir can defeat it with his own skills. Dory then shows Noir the two treasures of the floor. Noir returns to the guild to give one treasure to Emma, and he uses the other to raise Lola's score at the guild so that she wins the competition against Sarah. Emma is able to use the treasure from Noir to gain 2 levels, and she asks Noir to join her for a party with other nobles. Noir is uncertain because of his low status, but he accepts. His family gives him a suit for the party, and Noir meets Emma at the mansion. However, the Earl announces that a famous thief called the Phantom has sent a threatening letter claiming they will steal the Earl's precious treasure, the Mermaid's Tear. The Earl has hired the Lamu Guild, a competitor of the Odin Guild, to provide security for the event. At the party, Noir is challenged by another noble named Mike who can dance the best with Emma, and Noir uses his skills to win by quickly gaining dancing skills. After the dance, the Phantom arrives, and after she takes the Mermaid's Tear, she also kidnaps Emma from the party. Noir wants to help track down Emma, and an adventurer from Lamu Guild named Layla lets him help. The two of them track down and fight Phantom on the rooftops. After a prolonged fight, the two manage to defeat Phantom and rescue Emma. Later, Layla's ally appears and betrays them, and Noir reveals him to be a disguised mage working with Phantom. A furious Noir is able to break through Tom's gravity spells, and he is able to get to Emma. After the party, the Earl thanks Noir for his help by giving his family a red discount for their new shop. One day their teacher announces a new student, and Noir sees that Layla has transferred into the academy. Although they are from rival guilds, they have decided they can still be friends. Elna takes the class to the hot springs for combat training, and she warns them not to treat the trip as a vacation, and that the area is full of monsters. On the way to the hot springs, the class enters several traps and they meet a pixie who warns them about the traps. Noir sees that the pixie might not be as friendly as she appears, and he becomes suspicious of her. The pixie leads the class into a trap, revealing she has the ability to control monsters, and she attacks them with her army of lizard men. Noir is able to capture the pixie before she can retreat after the class wins the battle. When the class arrives at the hot springs camp, a boy named H-Jorth announces himself as leader, and he leads the boys to peek at the girls. Noir refuses to help the other boys, and he defends the girls alongside Elna. H-Jorth reveals that he has saved several strength potions for an important battle, and he becomes empowered, but Noir is able to beat him in a duel. Noir then tracks down one boy who tries to head to the baths, but he finds that the girls are not using the baths yet. After returning from camp, Noir's family is almost ready to open the shop. They decide to name it Stardian Rarities, a name suggested by Tigerson. In the grand opening of the store, the shop became an instant success with many customers. Noir goes back to the dungeon, and to thank Olivia for all her help, she wants to try to free her from the dungeon. Using his Great Sage ability, he discovers that the only way to free her is to get to the 15th floor. Knowing that he will need help to traverse the floors of the dungeon, he tells Emma the situation. She helps him beat the floors, and on the 14th floor they meet a group of goblins. Instead of fighting them, they use cookies to pacify the goblins, who are defeated because Noir has poisoned the cookies. But on the 15th floor they find a clone of Olivia. They free the clone, but Noir reveals he knows that she isn't the real Olivia. Since the clone uses Olivia's abilities, she is too strong for them and they are forced to retreat. They go to the real Olivia to ask if she has any weaknesses so that they can beat her clone. But Olivia has never lost a fight. Olivia reveals she almost lost a fight against a cleric named Lidorine. Noir and Emma return to town to research Lidorine, and Noir discovers that the cleric used the skill Sacrifice, which increases a user's abilities at the cost of destroying skills they have learned. But when Noir heads back to the dungeon, he sees that the Olivia clone has followed him out. Noir uses the Sacrifice ability to duel the clone, but he discovers that she is still too powerful for him. 200 years ago, the real Olivia was a famous and powerful adventurer. The young man followed her everywhere, demanding to be her student. The boy wanted to become a powerful adventurer after promising his dead friend he would grow stronger. Olivia decided to only give advice to the young man, and she did not teach him properly, and he later died fighting strong monsters. This is why Olivia is so open to teaching Noir 200 years later. In the present day, Noir struggles against the Olivia clone, but he receives help from Emma, Lola, Luna, and Layla, who use their unique abilities to help him fight the clone. But even with their combined efforts, the Olivia clone defeats them and takes them out of the fight. The clone then edits his abilities and uses Olivia's natural creativity to defeat him. She summons a fire dragon to kill him, but Noir uses Sacrifice to destroy all of his skills except for the basic abilities he got from Olivia, and he is able to cut through the fire dragon and defeat the Olivia clone. Noir goes to the dungeon and sees Olivia outside, as she has been freed from the dungeon. The two embrace, and Olivia thanks Noir for freeing her while Noir thanks Olivia for teaching him everything. They go back to the dungeon, where Olivia tells Noir there will be more floors left to climb, and that after he reaches 100 floors he might become as strong as her. And this is all for this video. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.